this evening.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Hey, throw in the chat where you're joining us from tonight. It's always very exciting to see where everyone is joining us from.
Okay, I think our chat is working.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's loading in. Oh, it's coming in hard. Here we go. Fantastic. We got Michigan. We got Florida. We got Arizona, North Carolina, Georgia, Indianapolis, Philadelphia. Let's go. Let's go. New Jersey, Georgia, California, Prescott, Arizona, Massachusetts, and Wisconsin. Fantastic. Well, I am super excited to be with each and every one of you here tonight. I am joined by a professional coordinator with the Unfranchised, which means she's a tremendous business builder, as well as being a member of our corporate team at Market America. I have the amazing Dr. Tamara Weinstein with us.
Thank you, Cullen. And it's an honor to be here with you this evening, the amazing Cullen Haskins, going through another training. So that's fantastic. I love it. It's awesome.
I'm a fan of you overpromise, but then we have to over deliver. So we've had a lot of things happening coming out of leadership school, and we have hit the ground running, and we want to make sure that each and every one of you is prepared and positioning yourself to grow your business even faster than you were growing it going into leadership school. So my first question for each and every one of you: how many of you would love to bless some more people with our products? If that's you, type a 1 in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat if that's you. Come on, because that's where it all starts. Leading with our heart. How can we bless and help other people, man? That's what it's all about, number one. But based off of blessing and helping other people with the products, how many of you guys, type a 2 in the chat if you would love to make sure you're running a very successful and profitable business along the way as well? That's a 2 in the
Oh,
chat. Fantastic.
somebody's got a bunch of twos running there.
Yeah, lots of 2s. Everybody's like, yeah, show me some 2s on there, baby. You know what? And that's great, because the more money we make, the more we can bless other people with the money we're making as well. So we're going to bless people in many different ways. Right, Dr. Tamara?
Absolutely. That's
All right.
absolutely true. We got to pay it forward. We have so much to offer. It's just about listening to find out what people want, what people need, and offering them a solution, whether it's for their health, whether they want to look better, whether they need, some supplemental income, whatever that might be. Don't we have a solution for just about everything that people complain about? I love it.
Here we go.
All right.
All right. We ready to launch our presentation?
We're ready. Yes, we are
ready. Let's do it.
solutionists, right? Okay, fantastic. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share, because coming out of leadership school, one of the things that was covered from main stage on Friday, and we had a few people up there talking about retailing and how they shared out how they do home presentations, right? We're talking about home product presentations here, and we wanted to make sure that for those of you that were there, you had a little recap. And for those of you that might not have been fortunate enough to join us, because, oh my goodness, it was just an absolutely spectacular event, that you at least had some insight into this piece of what was covered on the Friday of leadership school. So Cullen and I wanted to share some of that with you, right? So how to choose what you're going to do and feature in your home, some tools and resources, how to get started, tips and tricks from start to end, right, Cullen?
From start to end. Can you guys hear me a little bit better? I switched microphones. Hopefully you guys can hear me better. Some people are saying, Cullen, turn up your mic.
I saw that.
I tend to, oh, no. Okay, well, I'll adjust as Dr. Tamara takes us off here.
That's strange. Okay, because I do hear you. I don't know if maybe some individuals might also have their computer volume turned down, so you might want to turn that up a little bit too. I've been there before.
How's
So
that? Is that better? Is that louder? There we
that,
go.
that is louder.
Okay, so
Perfect.
some of you are saying Cullen sounds great. Some of you are like, I can barely hear Cullen. All right. Well, all great. We got to love technology, right?
Absolutely.
There we
Absolutely.
go. All right.
All right. Ready?
Ready.
Ready to
Let's do
roll.
it.
All right. So we wanted to start off the first place. Where do we get started, right? And I'm hoping that many of you are familiar with your unfranchised business account. You know, I know we have many of new business partners that have recently joined us. And I know some of them were at leadership school. I had a great opportunity to meet some new business partners. So that was fantastic. So we just wanted to make sure that, you know, you always play around a little bit in your unfranchised business account, click on the little tabs back there. You're not going to break anything, right? So it's the best way to get familiar. And of course, you know, working with somebody who is already familiar to kind of go through what we call a back office tour. But I do want to highlight here that under the resource tab here, when you do the drop down, of course, we have the trainings first, then the Learning Center, which has a great amount of information that you should play with. And then we also have the support materials. And that's the tab that I want to highlight for you here. One of the things that I've been spending a good amount of time this last year and a half since joining the corporate team is trying to help with the support materials. There's things that needed to be updated. There's things that were missing. And I want to thank many of you from the field because I have asked many of you to bring to my attention what's missing, what you need, what would be helpful. And many of you have reached out to me. And I appreciate that because you're helping me help all of you. So it's really fantastic. So play around in the support materials. You can put things in this search bar right here. And things will pop up. We're constantly trying to make improvements. So again, reach out to me if you are looking for something. But under the support materials tab, one of the things that we have is actually how to find support materials. So now you know where this lives and where it's located. And there's not only a new a handout that says leveraging your success with support materials, but there's a second handout that's there that says frequently asked questions that's also about support materials. So if you are a new business partner or you have new business partners, by all means, please highlight this and share it out with your new business partners. So then you're teaching people how to fish for themselves, how to find things that they might be looking for, because I know I often get asked, Tamara, where do I find this? Do you have anything like that? Right now, you know where to find it, right, Cullen?
Yeah, and all the support materials too are labeled by their title. So we try to be super intuitive and common sense when somebody's looking for a tool. So this one is how to find marketing materials. So even if you probably put in marketing materials, this one would pop up, but how to find marketing materials. So always think about that. We're always trying to title it in an appropriate way to make sure it's labeled correctly. And if you ever notice something that's not labeled correctly and you want to add another tag onto that, definitely let us know too. And yeah, Dr. Tamara can get that added in as one of the tags so you can find things easier.
Yeah, I know for myself, you know, having been an unfranchised owner for 17 years, there's been times in the past where I've had difficulty finding things. So I'm right there with you guys. And, you know, we are trying to streamline it and add new things. And by the way, if there's something missing that you think should be there or might have been there previously, there are a number of tools and resources that we've had to take down because we're in the process of updating them, and they'll go back up as soon as those are complete. So be a little patient if you're looking for something that's not quite there, or shoot me an email at tamaraw@marketamerica.com and I will try and help you find it. This is just a sample of one of our product handouts that we have access to up in the support materials. So again, you're going to go to unfranchised.com, to the resource tab, to support materials, and then you're going to download it. There's a tab that you could download, and there's also a tab that you can share out the link if it's another unfranchised owner. And by the way, many of these PDFs have a little editable box here, if you can see on the screen, where you have the ability to type in your name. You have the ability to type in your shop.com website, your nutrimetrics.com website, your Isotonics, whichever site that you're using for these home product presentations, or you're sharing them out with other individuals. What I recommend is take your favorite ones, download them, fill it out, and save them in a file folder on your desktop. That way it's super easy to share out. Or if you're going to do a home product presentation, they're all there in one nice little folder, and you can print them out to put them in your folder. And we're going to talk more about what goes in that folder in a few minutes. Just some more samples. I just have a couple of slides just to give you some idea, especially if you're new, what is available for you in those support materials. So product flyers, we have, different marketing materials for all of our different divisions and university majors. So from health and nutrition to TLS, the features and benefits guides for websites. We have, of course, Motives Cosmetics. We have our personal care products. We have our skincare products, our layered jewelry. We have different infographics. Some go more into ingredient base, and some are more products and specific. So make sure, for instance, if you're looking at our DNA Children's line, you could put DNA Miracles in the search bar and support materials, and you're going to get a combination of product flyer as well as infographics. And you'll see the difference between the two, and then you'll decide what's most appropriate to meet the needs of whatever it is that you're doing, right?
And can I just say that we should, every single one of us on the line here tonight, throw one in the chat if you want to send out a huge round of applause to our team at Market America, who puts all of these infographics together for us. Sometimes I think we take all of this for granted. Or why can't we have this, or why can't we have that? And it's like, oh my gosh, we have so many amazing tools. And having a lack of one tool is never going to prevent any one of us from reaching our goals in the business. Although, to Dr. Tamara's point, we're always looking to make things better and increase and do things. But but what we have is absolutely stunning.
Oh my God, so professional. Look at these. They're beautiful. There's been times I've sent, information over to create something, and when I get it back, I'm just blown away because we have such talent back at the corporate office. So I agree, a little rounds of applause for the team that I'm lucky enough to work with back there. And just the whole corporate team works so hard to bring all this beautiful and professional things out. And we are truly a business that cares what we appear to be. And by this, you can see that really plays through. This one, I have to give a quick shout out to Lee Rader and to Lisa Martin, because they helped me compile some of the content for this information. This is a guide to effectively invite guests to both either in person or a virtual event. And Cullen, as you can see, and I know you and I have discussed this and you've shared it out as well, right? It really goes through all of the touch points that we need, doesn't it? From pre-event, right?
That's right.
Where do we start?
That's it. It's all about keeping things simple, but also making sure that they are effective, just like the title in the Effectively Inviting Guests to the In-Person Event Guide. But you do want to be great at it. In the end, we want to ensure that people are coming. We want to confirm, and we also want to be able to follow through. So it's an absolutely amazing step-by-step checklist in order to make sure that your home events are super successful.
Yeah. And so this is actually 2 pages. And as you can see, if you can see on the slide, it does go through prior to the event, some steps that you should do. And the first touch point of calling, how to follow up with each person and confirm, right? Because we always want to make sure that we confirm their attendance, right? Don't say, I hope you're going to keep your word and join us. Act, that you're confident and you can't wait to see them, right? And then the other thing that I love when we're inviting guests, I don't know about you, Cullen, but for myself, I often pick 2 dates. I often pick 2 different dates to host an event. That way, if I'm inviting somebody to attend a home product event, whether it's a Wellness 101 or a TLS overview or a combination thereof, I'll invite somebody to the first date. And if they can't attend that one, I'll say, oh my God, well, you're in luck because I have a second date on the calendar. I'm sure you'll be able to attend that one instead, right? Because how likely is it that somebody's going to be busy on both days, right? So,
Right. And if they can't make it the second day, then I'm like, you're in luck because I wanted to meet with you personally anyway. So when can I buy you a cup of coffee? When can I buy you a beer? Whatever I'm going to do normally to meet this person out so we can hang out a little bit and I can expose them to our amazing products or fill out one of our health surveys, skincare survey, or one of the tools, you guys. All about educating.
all about education. Absolutely. And then of course it goes through post the event and follow up as well after the attendance. And so this is a great tool. Again, up in support materials, you can go ahead and download it. Anytime we do any type of event, right, we really just want to make sure that we register our customers. And there's a couple ways to do that. We can do that through our Unfranchise back office. If you go to the business tab down to my customer, you can create a new customer right there through your Unfranchise. You can also share out through your shop.com. I recommend that you sign in with your email and your password so that you know for sure that you're on your own shop site before you share that out to invite a guest to then register as a new preferred customer on there. Right? It's really important to make sure that your customers are registered so that they don't accidentally end up somewhere else. There's nothing worse than that, right? When somebody goes in and accidentally ends up elsewhere. So make sure you register your customers. If you have their information, what I always tell people, as long as you have their email address, you can still go ahead and register them with their email. If you're unsure of their mailing address or their phone number, you can use your own. You can put in 123 ABC temporarily. Make sure you tell them that you did not put in their address, that they need to update it when they log in. But as long as you have their email, that will log them back to you and they will be your preferred customer. Next step. What do we do next?
What kind of home events? What kind of home product events do we want to have? So it's all about choosing the theme that you're excited about, but also you think your guests were going to be excited about. What is going to excite them? So we have Wellness 101, immunity, you have Essential 9, digestion. There's all kinds of health and nutrition home events you can pick as a theme. And then we have TLS overviews. You have Fit for Fall, Shrink a Size, Spring into Action, or motives, skincare, layered events. You got to pick a theme that you can get very excited about and you can make fun, engaging, have prizes. You want people to leave that home event and say, you know what? I had so much fun. Would you come to my house and host one of these? Of course I would. You want to get your products at a better deal. Why don't you host one? So sometimes they're going to ask us, Dr. Tamara, but in many cases, we have to be the one to instigate. Would you like to get the product at a better price? Why don't you host one of these home events? But they're not going to want to host one of these home events unless they have a ton of fun at your home event. And that's right. Really the key.
And really, they are fun, especially now in today's environment. People are so excited to be back together and in person. The ones that we've been doing, the home presentations that we've been doing, product presentations that we've been doing, it's just been amazing to see the smiles on everybody's faces, to be able to have that contact again is fantastic. And I know depending on where you live, because I've been on the road a little bit lately, traveling around and doing some of these events in the homes with some of you out there. Maybe some of you are on the Zoom with us tonight. You've just all expressed the joy of being back together. And so making it fun is definitely key. You don't have to make it fancy. You don't have to make it fancy, but you have to make it fun. So maybe putting out, a little platter, cheese and crackers, a fruit platter, a little veggie platter. That's it. I do mine. I have my Keurig set up. I have my shopping annuity teas. and my Keurig shopping annuity coffee pods, so I'll do tea and coffee with some water, and I'll have a few light snacks. And that's really it. You can keep it very simple. So it doesn't have to be fancy, but it needs to be fun. We do have some amazing handouts that help guide you through. So for instance, if your theme is TLS, there is a handout and support materials that says helpful hints for hosting your TLS events. Everything is made really simple and easy for you. And then there is on the right side of the screen here, a PowerPoint presentation that goes along with it so that you can go ahead and put a PowerPoint in and go through the slides, and it will really guide you through what to say at your home event if you are not able to just talk freely off the top of your head. We've tried to provide you with these tools, right?
Love
The virtual layered trunk show is there. There's emotives. And then we have a number of different PowerPoint presentations for health and nutrition. So you might choose the Essential 9 as your theme and go through Dr. Mason's Essential 9 products. These are all living in support materials for you. What I recommend is you go in after we're done tonight or tomorrow when you have a chance, if it's too late, and go into the support materials and type in home presentation into the search bar. Much of this will pop up just by putting in home presentation, home wellness event, product presentation, and you'll see these all populate in there. Again, you might want to download them and save them into a file folder on your desktop so that you have them handy when you're going to host an event, when you have a new business partner that comes on board, that you can share the folder, the whole file folder out with them as well, because you're going to want to print some stuff off as well.
And of course, we have the Market America product catalog that we can be sharing with people. And as you can see, the English is code 860. You get a package of 5 for $7. You can see the Chinese, obviously, as well. Spanish is download, is available in support materials. Most important thing to know about our printed catalog is we only picked the top selling products within the different divisions, within the different stores that we offer. And the reason for that is because we can streamline and simplify, and we can make the catalog smaller. It's not too expensive. We want to make sure people are going to order it and actually physically use it. But the great news is that now it helps each and every one of you identify if they're a top seller. That must mean that's one of the favorite products that all of us are already using. So you know what products you should be converting for yourself at the same time.
Absolutely. And we also have the digital catalog if you are looking for the expanded version with all of the additional products. So this is a great tool to have when you're hosting a home event. Purchase a package of 5, purchase a package of 10. If you're pairing up with other business partners to host the event, or there's going to be other partners coming and bringing their guests, it's fine for you to ask them, you're coming, you're bringing your guests, please bring a pack of catalogs with you as well. And I often recommend the home shopping list in addition to the product catalogs, just to have some around, whether you go through them during the night or they're available for sharing and discussing and looking at after the presentations are over while we're mingling and answering questions. I do want to note also that you still have the ability at checkout when your customers place orders, the single catalog, because it's smaller now, it's actually only $1.50 for the new digital catalog, for the new catalog to add on. And then you have the digital catalog. There's a QR code on the back of that catalog. And so if your customer scans it, you can click on the products and go to the website. Please, again, make sure that you register your customers as your preferred customers so that they end up on your sites to shop and purchase. But how amazing is that? You can add the catalog for $1.50. When I have a customer place an order, I place it for them. I always like to add the catalog because that helps me build share a customer, right? They might say, oh, I purchased this from Tamara, but my doctor told me I need that. Oh, look, it's right here. I can order that from her as well. How awesome is that?
Awesome.
Now we need our folder.
There we go. One of my favorite tools in the toolbox, this piece of paper, this health survey. You can build a very, very, very successful unfranchise just with this one piece of paper. You could look at all of the support materials. All those are great additions, but this one by itself right here, I did 3 coaching sessions just today on this piece of paper because why? We learn about people. We learn to listen to the people as we learn about people, and we're going to love on some people by making some recommendations, and it asks for the sale on the health survey. So we're going to move people forward by, hey, listen, based on what you checked off here, I'd highly recommend some baseline nutrition, some aloe juice, some OPC3 or daily essential kit, get them started with some base nutritional products, and then you can move them up from there, adding on share to Dr. Tamara's point, but keep everything super simple. But I love having a tool there ready to go. People can check off the boxes of what they got going on. We can make recommendations.
Absolutely. And I love this too, because then they're telling me what they want, what they need, and what they're interested in. So rather than me guessing that they might need a certain product, they're actually asking me to share information about a product that they want and they need. And I love that there's a column for friends and family, because we talk about paying it forward. And we all know our products are amazing and they work so well. And as Cullen said, when the event is over and they've had a great time and they're ordering product, it's really easy to even look at the health survey and say, you already have some friends and family in mind that you can invite because you wrote them on the health survey. And so that's a great way to do that follow-up with them and maybe get into their homes next. I want to highlight the bottom of this form here because it's a really important note. On the bottom, it has the name, the address, the phone number, and the email. That's the information that we need to register them as a preferred customer. And so we need to have that information for guests that arrive that maybe we hadn't registered in advance. I can tell you from experience, you'll hand out the folder, and I'm going to show you some more things to put in the folder in a moment, but you're going to hand out a folder with some of these pages in it and a pen, and often people will not fill them out. They feel funny sometimes. They're not quite sure what to do with it or what to write on it. You need to make sure to tell them that they have to fill out the survey because you're going to collect that. And that's going to be the raffle for the giveaway door prizes. They're only going to get the prize if they hand in their survey. So they're going to want to fill it out because guess what? They want the prize. Everybody wants a free gift, right? So make sure you get that filled out. I go person to person, or I have somebody do the collection person to person. I don't have them pass it forward. Because once you get to them and they don't have it in their hand and you remind them that you need that for the raffle, they fill it out really, really fast for you. And you'll go, I say, I'll be right back. I'll come back and grab that from you. And that way you get all of those surveys. I fold them up and I put them in a bowl or a bag or whatever to pull out and do the giveaway door prizes. Cullen, what do you use for giveaways or door prizes or raffle prizes when you do your home events?
It's all about the trial size marketing samples. I'm always leveraging right there. You order a 10-pack, and then when you get the 10-pack, and you should be like, get that on your auto ship. And then your goal should be, I'm going to hand out those 10 between now and the next time my auto ship comes. It's a very simple business, but it's very easy to hand out sample packs when you're doing surveys. If you get 10 surveys done a week, and out of 10 surveys, 6 or 7 should want product. They should want more information from you because you took time to learn about them, to listen, and to love on them. See, that's why it's so simple, but yet brilliant. And to Dr. Tamara's point, we're building our resource list by saying, who are some people you love and care about? Could you add their name on here? Versus just, some people go, you got some friends and family, put their name in there. Very different than saying, if there's anybody else you love and care about, just put their name where it says friends and family. And occasionally you'll get like somebody like, Jim Dwyer, who would say, I don't got nobody I love and care about, friends and family. What are you talking about? But other people, they're going to identify friends and family love and care about. But that helps build the resource. So now when we get them success, they'll lead us to other people. Step by step by step. Very simple, but it works.
And I do the similar in that I'll use those trial size sample packs. I sometimes will have like the grand prize. I'll do a bottle of aloe juice. Sometimes I'll do a bottle or a box of the digestive enzymes even. And then the sample packs for some additional. So maybe we'll do three raffle prizes or 4 or 5. And if it's not a home event, I often will take this health survey, just a side note, and I'll offer the health survey and say, if you fill out the health survey, I'd be happy to give you a sample for taking the time to do so. And that's just another way for me to get information to help people and also to offer them a trial sample, because more often than not, when they try it, they like it and they want it, and then I can help more people that way. I do want to also note that there is a printable version, but there's also an electronic version that lives in support materials. So if you're hosting an event on a Zoom instead of in person, you can actually send these health surveys electronically and they can type on them because they're editable PDFs, and they can send them back to you. Just so you know, there's 2 versions there. And I was so happy that the team was able to do that, because we're hosting events online and we are hosting events in person as well. So that's pretty awesome, right?
Absolutely.
2 more things to go in the folder. There are 2 new handouts, brand new, just since leadership school, that were put up into the support materials. Thank you to Pam Torgensen, who did the event on main stage. She did a fantastic job. These are 2 of the tools that she uses at her home events, and we had been using them in my organization as well, but they needed some updating, and she was kind enough to send them over to give me a reminder to get them updated and available for the field. So there's the nutritional wellness, the suggested program, and this goes in that folder with the wellness survey. As you can see on the right-hand side here, there's a column for notes. So as you're going through your home presentation, if it's a wellness presentation, the guest can actually write notes as you're talking about the product, and I will let them know that there's a note section there. So jot down if you have a question, or jot down why you might like that product or what you want to hear more about, so that we can come back and share some more information one-on-one when we're done with the presentation. And then the handout on the right side of the screen here is Choose Your Healthy Alternative. And this one you can put in there. This is also another check sheet. They can use either or to circle or check off what they might want to purchase at the end of the evening or what more information on. But this one is another easy form where they can do the daily essentials, bottles or kits, the enzymes, the ultimate aloe. If you happen to be covering TLS as part of your health and nutrition wellness, which I often do a combination of health and nutrition and TLS, this is a great way where I can include the 30-day jump start along with the ultimate aloe, for instance, or the enzymes. And of course, the bottom one there on the right is the fast start kit.
Let's go.
Let's go. They might be so excited. And they might decide, you know what, I've been looking for something. This could be a really great fit for me. I want to order these products for myself anyway. I might as well just get started. Right?
Absolutely. What would prevent you from taking advantage of the business at this point? What more information would you need to see in order to make a qualified decision? And are you ready to, by the way, if they check the fast start kit, it's like, okay, great. Let's get your 2 events on the calendar right now. Don't you dare bring them like fast start kit and then just stop there. If they want in the business, fantastic. Your next step is, what are your 2 dates you're going to host your home events? That's how we're going to roll the ABC pattern out.
Yes, we're going to get out that calendar and get it scheduled. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen, does it?
That's it.
The next thing that I often include, quizzes and questionnaires. Many times people get a little overwhelmed, whether it's a new business partner because they're still learning about all the amazing products that we have, or it's a guest that said, everything sounds so amazing, I don't know where to get started. doing the quizzes and questionnaires might be a great tool to use to offer an individual consultation to help answer those questions, to help customize. Because when you fill out the quizzes and questionnaires, it hones in on the way they answer the questions to what products that they might benefit the most from, and it actually will prioritize it for them. When it comes to the Nutriphysical for health and nutrition, there's a 7-page guide on the Nutriphysical that Dr. Mason put together that's living up in support materials and Unfranchise. There's a TLS quiz and there is a custom skin quiz as well that are available. The Nutriphysical lives on shop.com.
Which quiz is your favorite that you're using? Can you throw it in the chat? And make sure you check the box and send it to everyone. Some of you guys are sending it to only Tamara and I, and then others of you are sharing it with everybody. So you want to make sure everyone is on that down arrow where it says who it's going to. But anyways, what is the favorite quiz that you love to use as Dr. Tamara is coaching us on this?
And before I tell you where they are, in case you don't know, if you know where they are, I hope you filled them out already. So my call to action to every single one that's listening in, make sure that you take all 3 quizzes. It is really important that you have your own personal experience, because if you don't have your own experience with the quiz, it's going to be very hard for you to explain it to somebody else. So have your own personal experience. Same thing with the products. We need to be a product of our products. What we use, what we do is what we're going to recommend and what we're going to share with other people. So if you're new and you're not sure where they live, the Nutriphysical lives on shop.com. For yourself, for your customers. If you go to the top left corner of the shop.com, there's 3 little bars there. That's the drop down menu. Click the drop down menu, scroll all the way down to the very bottom, and you'll see the Nutriphysical. You go ahead and click on that, and then you'll see what you see here where it says, get a personalized approach to your unique health potential. Let's get started. There are 8 different quizzes. You don't have to do them all at the same time, but you do get through them fairly quickly. The more quizzes you take, the more customized the nutritional recommendations are for you based on how you answered those questions. So if you do the general quiz, and it's going to go by your age and your gender, whether you're male or female, the more quizzes you do, the more specific it will be. It also lives.
It should be noted too, once you do take all the quizzes, you don't have to take them all again. That's not what Dr. Tamara is saying. It's the same quiz, but get through it, all of them one time, and then it will customize your nutrition. And then but it's not like you have to retake this every week or anything like that.
No, not unless you've had a change, right? If things have changed in your life, then you can retake it again. But other than that, no. But if you haven't taken it in a while, they have been updated as well. So you might want to take it again. So it also lives on your unfranchise.com. You can take it right through your Unfranchise, and it lives on TLS along with the TLS, on your Nutrimetrics site if you're a Nutrimetrics health professional that are joining us as well. The TLS Find Your Fit profile or weight loss profile, that lives on your tlsslim.com. I hope you all know that you each have your own tlsslim.com/your name. So make sure you play around on there, know what you have. It's really important so that you can share this out, because it's an amazing website. It's an amazing resource, chock full of information that is completely free for your customers. There's a whole separate resource tab just on there. Take that quiz and then take the custom skin quiz as well that lives on your Motives Cosmetics site. And you can do all 3 and have that personal experience so that you can share it out with other people. Cullen and I decided to share some pictures of some of the events that we've hosted in the homes. This was actually a kickoff for a brand new business partner. And It was such a fun night. I mean, really fun. You can see some glasses of wine hanging around. You can choose whether to serve wine or not. That's up to you. This new business partner said to me, Tamara, if I serve wine, they will come.
And I think it's important to know it's a glass of wine. So, somebody shows somebody, you say you're going to serve wine. Somebody shows up like an hour early and they've had like 5 glasses of wine. That happened one time only to me, but after that I learned that it was a little too much. But so we're gonna have a glass of wine. We're
A
gonna
glass
get
of
through
wine.
what we're doing, have some fun, but then later you want to have another glass, maybe an hour later. That's fine, but just kind of keep the main thing the main thing.
And more often than not, we will keep the snacks and the wine, in the other room, and then we'll mingle in there after the presentation, not necessarily during, but this particular one, it was just a glass of wine. But you could see the table was set up with products. If you don't have a lot of products on your own, tag team with another unfranchised owner, with another business partner, because you don't have to bring everything yourself. And I always save my empty bottles because I like to have some things that people could, pick up, they like to read the labels on, right? Look at the ingredients, maybe even some that are open because they might want to taste test them. Although I always have samples of our daily essentials, and I always have samples of our strawberry kiwi aloe to give out. I recommend either giving them out before or after. Most people prefer after, so that what they're trying, the people know what they're trying. Sometimes when you pass it out during, it becomes a distraction, and then you lose the attention during the presentation. So that's my recommendation, is to do it after. But keep your empty bottles, save them for display, save them for when you do these presentations. You can, again, tag team with other business partners. I had a projector set up on a chair here, and I did a little presentation, and I'll show you some of the things that we have to offer. You can do it a number of different ways. This just worked in this particular home to do it this way. And we had all of these ladies at this event. We moved over $1,000 in retail this evening for this new business partner. And she had orders that continued to come in through the week. We had 26 women at this event. And I have to tell you that I had a couple of unfranchised owners that I'm not financially connected to that happen to live in the area because I didn't have any other business partners out in this area. They came to help me. That's what we do. We cross lines, we tag team, we help each other. And at the end of the presentation, I did it because she was brand new. She chimed in the second time, but those other unfranchised owners that were kind enough to help me helped answer questions at the end of the presentation. So it's so important to lock arms with other unfranchised owners and do some of these things together. And if you're new, that's how you're going to learn. Locking arms is key, don't you think, Cullen?
Locking arms, always locking arms.
I'm just going to fly through the next.
Yeah, all kinds of different setups. Again, don't worry about how many sample bottles you have. Like, do what you're going to do. I'm a fan of, like, look at this one right here. Got the Daily Essential Kit. You got a couple additional items sitting here. You got the curcumin. You got digestive enzyme. And it's got a board display. Whatever is simple. I'm a fan of simple. If you have a bigger display, great. If you don't, great. Focus on what you're going to be doing that night to keep it simple, and people will order. Education is the key, and making it fun.
This was actually a trifold board that my business partner, Julianne, created. And if I told you how much use this board got, it went from house to house to house. We just made it once and used it over and over and over again from event to event. And it was really fantastic. And this is just a larger event. This was 6 unfranchised owners that locked arms. So it was a combination of health and nutrition, TLS, as well as beauty and skincare. And we hosted in a restaurant, and we had a fantastic turnout and retailed a lot of product and helped a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. This was a salon that we hosted in. You could see the shake in the background because we made TLS shakes. This was a spa that we had an event in and they already had health and nutrition. They wanted to bring in some skincare, not my personal specialty. So I locked arms with Jennifer, who came in and did a custom blend seminar for a few guests there.
And I'm a huge fan of the plug and play videos. Yeah, I mean, if you are not the expert, and I am not a doctor, I am not Dr. Tamara Weinstein. I've never played a doctor in a sitcom or TV series. So in the end, I want to be able to play a video, but I'm going to stop it. I'm going to crack a few jokes. Maybe we're going to add a little something into it, and then we're going to play the video a little longer, and then we're going to stop it. We're going to don't depending upon how long the video is. Okay, if it's a 10-minute video, you can let that roll. If it depends how long, but you got to keep everybody engaged. You don't want people sitting there going, oh my gosh, I'm just sitting here watching a video here tonight. But it's a great tool because I don't need to know everything. I'm leveraging someone else in the video who's helping me get the job done that night on the educational side. So I'm a huge fan of video.
And it's very professionally done. And if you choose to use a PowerPoint presentation in unfranchised.com under the resource tab and support materials, there are currently 5 presentations that you can choose from, the 4 at the top row and the one at the bottom left, the Live Life Vibrantly, which was the newest one added. And we're just going to show you a couple of slides to see what it looks like. But again, you can download these and save them into your file folders. So this is the Live Life Vibrantly. Of course, we always start with the FDA disclaimer. We cannot make claims, so we need to always start there. This gives a little bit of a background prior to the products, why we need to supplement. And it's always helpful. Everyone takes supplements. The research shows that 80% of the population take at least one supplement. So they're already believers. So laying that foundation is important to do. Most of them are taking them anyway. We want to upgrade them to better quality, right? We need to make some changes. We know it's never too early or too late. Supplementation is required to get the nutrition we need. So these slides are available in there for you. And then it goes through the daily essentials to start off with. It goes through all 4 products together as the daily essential kit or the box of daily essentials, and eating the rainbow of colors, supplementing the same way. And then it goes through individually. What I'd like to share with you is there's a number of slides in there. If you choose not to do them all, you can hide them. You can hide whatever slides you don't want to do. You can remove slides. You just cannot add. You can't add things that have not gone through our legal department. So use the slides as they are, hide slides that you choose not to, but please don't add things, add content, because that can possibly get you and or the company in trouble.
So no adding slides, but also no adding content to the slides. I mean, just keep it how it is or hide it or don't use the slide, right? Yeah.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
And this is just a little summary slide I added in just about the nutrition piece, because of course it is always food first and lifestyle in addition to supplements. And then after our presentation, we want to what?
Coupons. We want to give incentives.
We want to give incentives.
They showed up, so you incentivize them. Always making it a better deal for somebody. And then you're going to get a great repeat customer because they know you care. It's not all about making all the money, but it is about getting referrals. So I'm always about getting better deal. I'll give a better deal to people as they lead me to more people. But they're not going to normally do that unless we ask. That's another key element to this, but love coupon codes for sure.
Yeah. And often you use it as an incentive. If you order, by the end of next week, we're offering a 10% for those people who were in attendance, but put a date on it so that they know, it gives them a sense of urgency to place that order. And of course, at the end of the presentation, you always want to make sure you answer everybody's questions, whether it's in a group. And I always say you can ask questions as a group, or if you want to pull me aside and ask one-on-one, that's fine too. You can make a wish list. You can give that to the person who's hosting the event. You can pay them directly. If it's your next door neighbor, they can order and bring it next door for you, right? Visit that website, make sure that everybody is registered on the site. We often bring laptops and iPads and things with us. So at the end of the event, we'll actually sit down with the person. If they're not already registered, we'll register them as a customer, we'll answer their questions, and then we'll ask them if we can help them place their order. You have to ask for the order. Otherwise, it might not happen. You have to ask.
Super smart. We did have somebody just ask where they can find the PowerPoint. So of course that's underneath Enter Resources, Support Materials. That's where you can find all of these updated PowerPoints that Dr. Tamara has done an amazing job on.
And you can just put home presentation or wellness 101 in the search bar, and they should all pop up right there for you. So I know this is your wheelhouse that you love to talk about too, right? The fun is in the follow up.
Always in the follow up. We got to continue to follow up, and you got to follow up, and then you're going to follow up some more. And then we're going to follow up again. I always tell people that, we learned early on as you were following up first day, third day, 7th day, 14th, as you follow up with people, it shows we care. If you skip the follow up because you're one of these people who is so nervous about adding pressure to the situation, it's actually the opposite. By not following up, they're like, I thought they really wanted to help me.
That's
with
so
the
true.
products and what they're, taught me. But now they're not calling me at all. So what's going on here? So you really want them to know that you care, and I'm going to follow up. And I may even put you on the phone with somebody else. Third-party validation is always amazing. So if I know somebody else who's went through something similar, how can I connect them? And then also leverage in testimonials off of the website. There's all kinds of ways you can add third-party validation to different situations, which is why it's great to become familiar with different testimonials on different products within our shop.com website.
It is so true. People really do think, I feel funny calling them. It's awkward. I feel strange, but you're absolutely right. Then they think you don't care. And you have to make sure that you follow up, and you can do it through text. You could do it through email. If it's somebody then the way you normally communicate with them is the way you should normally communicate with them. So make sure you follow up and invite them to the next event as well. Share the event to the next house. It's always about booking those appointments for the next event for those, especially when they're ordering the products, because you can offer them that ability. The other thing I really like to do is hand out some trial size samples. So we do have the door prizes that we give out, and that's why I often will do like the bottle of aloe, the box of digestive enzymes. I'll give out the trial size samples for individuals as they're asking about different things. Maybe we're covering different products through the presentation. So I will often have the boxes of the ultimate aloe, the digestive enzymes, the turn up, the turn down. And after the event, as we're chatting, if somebody starts to express that they could use some support to get a better night's sleep, I might take a turn down or two out of my box and say, here you go, you can try this. What I want to highlight here is it's always helpful if you print out the product handout that has the ingredient label on it and give that with the sample packets, because if you're just handing them a packet, there's no label on that. When you hand them the professionally one done, this has that in there. But if you're handing a turn up or handing a turn down, you should really print out the product handout. So I usually have a stack of those printed for whatever products I might have on hand, so that at the end of the night, when someone says, I really can use some assistance with this or with that, I can give them the sample along with the handout. This is new for you, unless you're with Nutrametrics. It is new for you as well in support materials that you can download. So there's two different types that are very similar. There's a one pager that has these all, and then there's another one that's actually 2 pages. These just went up during leadership school as well. So they're new for you under support materials in your unfranchised back office as well. Make sure you order your sample packs. As Cullen said, you have the 10 packs, put them on your auto ship. You might see some things coming and going and changing. So if there's samples that you like, you might want to get your orders in and have a stock available for you to go ahead and place.
On that note, because we have a lot of leaders on the line here, and the reason I know they're a leader is because they showed up. And one quick point to make is, as a company, remember, if you were the owner of the company or if you were on the corporate team, we're going to invest dollars into areas that people are utilizing. And if people are utilizing stuff, then we're going to pour gas on that fire and we're going to build a bigger fire. If something is not being used, then we are going to eliminate it, because it makes no sense to carry inventory that is not being used. So, to Dr. Tamara's point, we have samples because they work, and some samples are producing amazingly well, and some samples are not being used very well. And yet, the minute we go to take something away, we're going to have a few people try to complain and say, why didn't we keep it? Because, but yet when we look at their order history, they're not even somebody who orders it that often. So we're not going to keep it in stock just for convenience. We keep stuff in stock in order to make sales and move products and help people grow a successful franchise. So always be thinking in terms of that. And one of our final tools we want to show everybody, this is a follow-up tracking sheet. And this was birthed out of doing a lot of home events over the last couple of months. All of us on the corporate team have been traveling around and having tremendous success building in the homes. However, new people and even some experienced people don't always know what the exact next step needs to be with the people that we've invited to these events. And so we want to have a tracking system and see, what are the results? What have we done? Have they ordered samples? Did you give them? I gave them samples. Did they order product? Yes, they ordered product. What have they done next? Oh, they want to host a home event. Fantastic. You're moving down the rows and you're knowing these are some great goals I need to be thinking about, because just somebody showing up to my event isn't really the success. I'm trying to move them forward, but if I don't ask, it's a no anyways. So, incredible new tracker sheet that is available within resources and support materials.
Absolutely. That's where everything is living for you. So make sure you go in there and you search around, you play around, you put some different search words into the search bar, and make sure you find things. Again, I recommend putting them in a file folder on your desktop that says home product presentation, so that everything is super easy to find in one place.
One other point on this too, this is awesome for those of you that are a team leader. So I see the amazing Anna Reed on here. And Anna Reed, if Anna Reed was keeping track of everybody in her organization that had people at events coming, and she had her own personal prospects on here, but also someone else on her team on here, you can add people in, but it helps you follow up with everybody. So it's not just one home event. It could be home event, and then it carries to the next home event, to the next home event. And I can be always adding to the follow-up tracker until I take somebody off of the tracker, which means what? They became an unfranchised owner, or it's just a customer. I'm going to follow up with them later. No problem. But what's the result I'm looking for? Is a follow-up tracking sheet that I've been tracking for the next, 6 to 8 weeks. And we put through about 15 prospects through the process, and here are our results. And it works because we're doing the work.
Absolutely. I have one more follow-up. When you have a customer that places an order, in their box that they receive, there's usually a little card in here. And those of you that have received this card in your boxes, I hope you realize that you can flip it over to the other side. We had a meeting way back when, wasn't it, Cullen, where we had some brainstorming where we figured out that we can utilize the backside of this card. There are QR codes on here for the Nutri-Physical, both on shop.com as well as on Nutrimetrics, the motives, and the TLS weight loss profile. So if you have a new customer and they're going to receive their box of product, you're going to let them know there's going to be a card in there. If they hadn't filled out one of the surveys prior, you're going to let them know that take the QR code. Now they're already registered as your customer. They've already receiving their first product. This is going to bring them back to your website to take these profiles. So make use of these little cards and use this as a follow-up to help get them to fill out the quizzes so that you can help hone in and figure out what is best for them.
And it's another great opportunity in that case, because they're already getting something from you shipped to them, to offer them a coupon code in that instance. So if they did order some isotonics, but then you know that they may have an interest in some of the cosmetics, possibly, let's say it's the Motives, they scan the, hey, listen, scan the QR, I'll give you another 10% off. And they go, oh, that's beautiful. I'll scan it right now. Always tune into that radio station, WIIFM, everyone's favorite radio station. What's in it for me?
Love it.
All right, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending an evening with us. Yes, this was recorded. We will get this uploaded to the YouTube channel. So pay close attention to all the latest, greatest trainings that are happening right now, coming out of Leadership School on Market America's YouTube channel. You want to pay attention. What are the latest videos that are being added? Did a coaching session last night as well on the home shopping list, in case you missed that. That one will be coming out live shortly. It usually always takes a couple days for the turnaround, but pay close attention to the latest uploaded videos into Market America's YouTube channel.
Randy did a great one earlier this evening as
He did.
well, that you,
Unbelievable.
fantastic, just a recap of the event at Leadership School. So make sure you take a peek at that one as well. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you, Colin Haskins. You are awesome.
You are awesome. Thank you. High five.
High five. Great night, everyone.
Woo woo.